Number 8, recording incoming phone calls. So that's business management. Okay, I'll get into it now anyway. So, we got a call service because what I would do for the last couple of years is for the first 10 years of my practice, I just have my cell phone on the website, and people would just call, and I would answer the phone myself, and close the deal real fast. It was good. When you have a small solo firm, it's like, okay, just pick and choose. I like talking to people. But after a while, I got tired. For like 10,000, 15,000 phone calls, I got tired of that. And so I just did this. I have a message that says email us. And that way, just the people who really want to talk with us and who are email and text savvy contact us. And that worked pretty well. But then everyone's like, no, you have to have a phone service. And like, I wanted to expand and create a better system and more professional. So I got a phone service. And, we created a script, and people call and they do that. And they had the option where you could record the calls, listen to them. I always said no. Because like I was like, maybe if we say your call has been recorded, they won't be as open, and there's confidentiality issues, this and that. I wasn't sure what the rules are, but hey, it gives them notice. They don't have to give them their whole life business there. We don't ask like too much intruding questions. We just want their contact info and just generally what the case is about. But so after like 8 months of doing, or 9 months of this call search without recording, I saw that like the things that people were talking with me after the fact and what they told me in the call service and their notes, what the person said, were different a lot of times. So I'm like, what's going on here? So I recorded, and I was like, oh my God, this is the people are doing terrible jobs. But partially, 50%, it was because the script I had didn't have a good flow with it. So it was difficult for people to keep going. And you think the company would have, after having hundreds of people doing this, would have known better to like, no, my script isn't good, or readjust it or something. But, people, what I realized, the more your company is doing less customer service, the more successful you are. That's what they realized in life. The more you care about your clients and are working hard, the less successful you're going to be. But anyway, so we redid the script, and that helped out a lot to create the flow better and take less time on the phone call, because eventually you're getting paying by the minute. Ideally, I'd have my own internal call service, because every time someone calls them, it's just a different person. So there's no built-up knowledge happening on how our clients call us, what they're asking for, or the immigration law. Every time this new person doesn't know us or who we are, what they're doing. So it just reinvents the wheel every time. So I love to have just in-house the phone service right now. It's too much work and cost to set it up. But that's something I really want to do, because I think that's going to build a lot of value. Because I realized from listening to recordings, and some of them just were talking terribly to people or just incompetent, that's the front face of the business. The first actual interaction they have with our company, when they call us, that's the front face of it. It's the most important. I used to work at a restaurant. Essentially my first job, maybe a second job, when I was like in high school in 16, 17, is that this restaurant opened up, Islands Restaurant. I was a host there. And they spent 2 days just practicing, 2 full days, practicing when someone walks in how to say hello. And it was so important. It was annoying at the time, but I realized, it's the first interaction they have. So the host has to be really important. It's the most important aspect, because then that sets a tone. If you're like, and I go to restaurants and I pay attention to it too, and hosts don't even look up when they see you. They take forever to say hi. I'm like, what? Way too cool? What's going on? And like, they just put a foul taste in a person's mouth because they don't look up, they don't talk with you, they don't greet you, they don't explain what's going on, because you're just standing there like, okay, did I interrupt you or I not? At least look up and say, hi, just a moment. I'm sorry. I got to get this. I'll be right back with you. Just somebody to leave you a time. That's real important. And so the front face of the company is so important.